I went into this demo not knowing what to expect, and came out genuinely surprised by how good it felt. Onimusha Way of the Sword. I'm John and welcome to the channel. Capcom just dropped a demo and I played, and we need to talk about it. Let's do it. To be honest, I never played the original Onimusha games. I was too young when they came out. So I'm coming into this completely fresh. No nostalgia, no attachment to how things used to be. Just a guy who picked up a demo and reacted to what was in front of him. And what was in front of me? A samurai game set in the corrupted demon-infested version of Edo period Kyoto. You play as Miyamoto Musashi. Yes, the Miyamoto Musashi, one of the most legendary swordmen in real Japan history. Capcom even modeled his face after the late Toshiro Mihone, the iconic actor from classic samurai films. That's a level of craft they are going for here. The story picks up with Musashi getting ambushed by a demonic creature called Genma, nearly dying, and being pulled back from death by a mysterious artifact called the Oni Gauntlet, which bounds to his arm without asking permission. That detail alone tells you everything about where his arc is going. He is now carrying a power he never chose, and the whole game seems to be about what kind of warrior he decides to be while wearing it. And honestly, I already wanted to know more about that gauntlet, which is called Gauntlet Lady. There is clearly something living inside it, a presence, an entity. What is it? Where did it come from? What does it want? The demo doesn't answer any of that, and I respect it, which is a pretty smart move. Now let's talk about the combat, because this is where the game really grabbed me. The movement and fighting mechanics feels really good, like immediately good. From the first encounter, there is a weight and responsiveness to how Musashi moves that just clicks. You are not fighting the controls, you are fighting the enemies. You have got two types of attacks, light and heavy. Light attacks are quick, fluid, good for building pressure. Heavy attacks hit harder but takes more wind up. And here is where it gets interesting. Both of those attacks drain enemies' stamina and not just their health. Every enemy has two bars, red for health, yellow for stamina. You chip away at both at the same time. And when that stamina bar breaks, that's when you can go for what the game calls break even, a finishing strike that instantly kills regular enemies. But versus bosses, it doesn't kill them, but it opens a window to deal a massive damage. It's incredibly satisfying because that moment of breaking someone's stance feels earned. You worked for it. Heavy attacks also breaks guards, which is important versus enemies that like to block. You can't just endlessly poke at a shield, you have to commit to heavier strike to crack it open. But what I wasn't expecting is how much the environment plays into all of this. You can use objects around you as improvised shield, and if you parry an attack near a wall or object, that collision deals extra damage to the enemy. The world around you isn't just a backdrop, it's a part of the fight. That's a smart design choice. You also have parry and dodge, and if you land a perfect parry or perfect dodge, it fills a bar that charges your special attack. So playing defensively well doesn't just keep you alive, it actively empowers your offense. That's a great loop design. There is also something going on with the hitbox. Attacking different parts of the body seems to deal different amount of damage, which adds another layer to how you approach each fight. Even the smaller enemies felt like they had a presence because of it. Every single fight, even versus basic Genma, feels really satisfying.
So slow!
I want to address something directly because I know that someone is going to say it in the comments. This is not a Souls-like game. Yes, there are stamina bars, yes, there are parrying system, and also yes, it can look a bit intense, but the philosophy is completely different. This game pushes you to be aggressive. You are not crouching behind a shield and waiting for an opening. You are in their face, breaking their stance, forcing them into the break-even. The whole system rewards pressure, not patience. It also doesn't have that punishing, deliberate pacing that defines Souls games. Onimusha has its own identity, and from the demo, it's clear that Capcom knows what that identity is. Now the demo, let me tell you, this is what the demo should be. You get a real slice of the game. Exploration, regular combat, range enemies, environmental mechanics, and it ends with a boss fight. Specifically a duel vs Ganryo Sasaki, Musashi's arch rival. And that fight shows you exactly what the gap in difficulty looks like between a standard enemy and a proper boss fight. It's a meaningful jump, in a good way. And one thing that I want to mention, and this one is on me. When I started the demo, there were a controller type option to choose from. I just clicked through without reading them carefully and ended up on the aggressive layout, which had the button in completely different position from what I was used to. I only noticed during the boss fight, and that boss fight was pretty hard for me because the layout was different. I learned from my mistake. Actually read through the controller option before you start. Don't just click through them like you are skipping the term of conditions page. As a something I genuinely appreciated, there was no run back to the boss. You die, you are back to the fight. Now I don't know if that is specific to the demo or it will carry into the full game. It might just be how they set it up for the demo experience. But even so, it's a smart move. Nobody wants to run back the same halfway for 100 times just to attempt a boss fight. And honestly, I have played games with brutal runbacks that somehow felt earned once you finally cleared them. But if they just don't give us the runback in the first place, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be happy. If this kind of no filter take on games is your thing, the subscribe button is right there. No fluff, just honest impression. And I appreciate your support, that will help the channel. So where does this leave me? I went in with zero nostalgia from this franchise, no bias either way, and I came out genuinely excited for what Onimusha Way of the Sword is building. The combat has deep path without being overwhelming, the atmosphere is strong, the story setup has me asking real questions, specifically about the gauntlet. What is inside it? What does it want from Musashi? This game looks like it's going to be tough, not punishing for sake of it. Tough in a way that makes you want to get better. Every fight demands attention. Every fight rewards it. The full game releases September 25, 2026. The demo is out now on PS5, Xbox and Steam. Play it. Thanks for watching, see you next time.